Well, hello.
Oh man, what's going on, Nick? How you doing? What's going on, everyone? How are you guys all doing? EU friendly stream? Yeah, very today. So for the few of you guys who are here already, I am not doing a late stream today because, or I guess a 1 p.m. stream, and I wasn't gonna move it any later because I have stuff to do. I guess, well, stuff isn't work. But yeah, there's like something going on outside that's gonna get louder for the rest of the day, so we're just gonna do it now. And it might be loud outside. You might hear like lots of whistling. It's like a charity event of some sort. But you know what? I'm all fine with it. It's fine. It's okay. We just stream a little earlier. Eating wings and watching Alex at 8 a.m. What a day. What kind of wings, bro? Your voice is sounding off? That's because I literally woke up like an hour ago. I went to bed really late last night because I got sucked into playing a little bit of VR. And then yeah. Sorry, Chozo. Oh, good morning. Yeah, it's a little bit morning for me too. I made habanero maple lime wings. Wait. I thought we were gonna get a more up-to-date take on the KBD8x MKIII. Oh no, this is the 3. Yeah, I haven't built a 2 in a long time. Share your face. Oh my god, TT. In a second. Yeah, I've been I don't know, man. Lately, I feel like everything's been a little off. Do you guys agree? Like, just everything. The world just feels, like, off lately, bro. Like, everything just feels so, like, not real lately. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to describe it. I feel like after we spent the 2 years inside because of COVID or whatever, everything just feels a little bit off. TS, thank you so much for the tier 1, bro. I appreciate you.
I guess I am back, lol.
Time moving so fast. I guess I'm back. What's going on, TS? Yeah, I don't know. Everything just feels weird, man. Like, nothing feels... Everyone's just so up in everyone's face, too. Are you disassociating? No, you know what it is? Like, I look on socials and stuff, and, like, you know, you just browse. Like, you're just bored, you browse things. And it seems like... I know getting into people's faces has always been a trend for people. But it just seems like people will do anything now. It's like... be online and be recognized, and just like the arguments they start with people, and just like the stupidity. It's just like all over the place. Like, no one can just fuck off and leave people alone, you know? Sorry, my language. It's okay. Oh, Rez, thank you so much for the prime. I really appreciate you, dude. Actually, maybe I am coming down with a little something. I don't know what it is. Thoughts on Holy Bobas? Holy Bobas. That's a name I haven't heard in a while. I don't know. It's been a little while. I think they're super, super, super aggressively tactile, right? Yeah, I think even like so reluctant. Even myself, I think I am making the decision. I know I talked about it last week, but I've been slowly removing like certain discords and stuff like that. But I think I am going to slow down on like just being active in certain parts of the internet. It might hurt my socials or might hurt my numbers, whatever. But like, I don't know, man. This is not. It's not right. It's not healthy. I want everyone to be nice. I find being good to each other makes life easier. Yeah, it does. It doesn't take much to stay in your lane, as it were. And then the other thing, it doesn't really take much to just not be a dick. Like, you have to go out of your way to be a dick and bring people. Like, if you're miserable and you bring down people to your misery, like, it's incredibly selfish. Incredibly. I think there are certain parts of the Keeb hobby that are very cringe. Yes, there are, Zalbi. There are. I try not to voice them as much anymore because tons of reasons. Nothing to do with you guys. It's not even a bad reason that I fully feel, but people like to criticize the criticism and then call it cringe. I don't know, it's so weird. V, so nice. V-Nuke, thank you so much for the tier 1 in 6 months in advance. Bro, that's crazy. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that, dude. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys here. But yeah, seriously. But yeah, I went to go do some street photography yesterday. I did very light. I didn't take too many photos. I think I got one photo that I ended up really liking. I'll probably put it in the wallpaper update thing that I do for you guys. However, I'm not sure the aspect ratio on it's good. I think the way that I took the shot, I was gonna crop it more, you know, like cinematic style. I use it like a M11. Hey, handsome, what's up, Spirit? How you doing, dude? But yeah, I think I might have to do some AI on that to make it better for a wallpaper. Do you think the metal notes of Cream Plus switches would come through on plateless? Yes, if you use copper or tungsten. In particular, copper inserts. The shit early? Dude, I'm happy that we're doing a little early stream today. I am happy. It's nice to see you guys. The Twitch space is super fun though. I've been enjoying a ton more everyone is super welcoming. Couldn't read that. It's a lot harder to do cringe shit when we all please our space in a positive manner. Agree.
We'll use
totally agree.
this to ask a question. Have you heard about the Moondrop space travel-iums? Alex.love.
Okay, I haven't heard of those ones. But Moondrop has this other one. I think they're not blessings. Are they the blessings? Moondrop has one that I think Critical put like a pretty high ranking on it too on his list. But I'm super tempted. I also don't want to spend. I think it's like $500. Are they the chews? I don't know. The variations. I think they're called the variations. Critical made them. Critical put like a pretty high rating on them, and then I was also looking into them even prior to that, like when they got announced. And I've always been curious. I just don't want to spend the $600 in them because I already have like a good pair of IEMs, so I'm not going to do it. But that's one that I recommend if you were looking at one, and you do have some extra money to throw around. But I haven't heard of the space travel IEMs. However, every Moondrop that I've had the pleasure of trying and sampling has been an absolute delight. You don't need to spend a lot of money in the audio space to get some good audio. Moondrops, no exception to that. I think they're pretty good. All right. We have all the parts to the Nazare. It's here. We have it all, guys. I was sent all the rest of the stuff. So this is a commission build. We will be taking a look at I mean, we can still critique it and stuff. I already reviewed this board a long ass time ago. Just a question, what's the difference between gold versus silver mil-max sockets? It's a great question, actually. I don't want to give you the wrong answer. I don't think it's truly important picking a gold mil-max versus silver mil-max. Perhaps someone here knows, but I'm not sure. I have a motto for myself, just be fucking nice. I'm so used to being sarcastic on the internet, but now I choose to say nice things while mostly. You know, if I can give you guys a little life tip, I was also a very negative person. To some degrees, I also think I was just very angry growing up. Not at my parents, not at anyone in particular, just like angry. I was just angry. Like I didn't have many friends. I also didn't have like a lot of stuff going on for myself. And the easiest thing for me to do was like to project and blame other people. It was everyone else's fault. One of the things I will say from growing up and learning about life and just like people is just, it's just not worth the energy, bro. Like it is just, you feel so much better about yourself and everything when you're just being nice to people, or even again just staying in your lane and not bothering other people. Like if you're angry one day, just like chill out, you know, chill out. Don't take it out on your loved ones and friends and all that stuff. I mean, we're all human. I still slip up, but you know, just it's not worth it, man. It just makes you feel worse, then that person feels worse, then the whole day gets ruined, everything gets ruined. It's just not worth your time. Alrighty, we can finally build this keyboard now. It's a pretty neat board. It felt great to type on. Yeah, it's a pretty nice looking board. I can't remember the price of this though. Again, this is not a build we're reviewing or anything. This is just a build we're doing. Although I know Ashkeeps has it. How much is it on Ashkeeps? Nazare keyboard. I think it's like it's an expensive board because it uses a lot of different materials on the bottom. Yeah, it's about $600. It's pretty expensive. I don't remember, again, it's been a while since I built this. I don't remember all the different materials for this, but it is pretty cool. Like, that's pretty nice. I like the engraving on the inside. It's so pretty. I think it's just a guy holding a keyboard surfing, or like some character. I'm not too sure what it is. Is the top-down camera moving more than usual? Oh, it's not moving. It's just struggling to focus. Yeah, it's not moving. It's just struggling to focus. Sorry, guys. It's just literally struggling, so it looks like it's moving. I mean, that's pretty nice. It's a pretty nice looking board overall. I like the idea behind it. It looks pretty basic side profile, nothing too special here. I tried to like slow down, understand why I'm angry, and just forgive myself and whoever I'm mad at. Yeah, honestly, I agree with you, Knock. It's just so much easier, bro. Yeah, the badge in the bottom right. I've always thought this board to be unique. I should have picked one up when I had the chance. I mean, I still can. I just don't have $600 to throw at something at the moment. I mean, look at that. That's pretty cool. I had the opportunity to look at some other interesting projects. Not look at, but like view on people's photos. I can't share with you guys yet. But dude, there are some very interesting stuff happening in the keyboard world. Not like tech-wise, just like design-wise, and just some stuff people are retrying and redo. It looks pretty cool. There's a few things I don't know if they're gonna come out. I hope they do, but I got to see some of it, and I was like, oh yeah, this is neat. Damn, looks pretty. Dude, this is just a pretty board in general. Like I said, it is pretty. I remember, I think Reagan sent me the first one to take a look at when it first came out. Like, this is when the group buy was active, because these are all in-stock extras, I think, now. But it's pretty nice. I'm having trouble to find keycaps for the new Mirage Envoy. Ooh, a great set that will work great with that. Oh god, why am I blanking on it, guys? What's the Viking set called again? It's not Nord. Why am I blanking on this? Norse. I was 3 letters right. Norse would look amazing on that particular color. Sorry guys. Oh my god, I blanked on that so bad. I can't recommend Norse enough. It is such a good set and colorway. Will you get anything from Gion on the Oktoberfest? I don't know. We'll see. Just to be again transparent with stuff, I just had to almost spend $1,200 on parts for client builds and stuff like that. So I just ordered. Well, I ordered 1,000, and then because I got like a bunch of requests in, I have to order another 2,000. So almost about $1,000 in Milmax sockets alone.
Daddy.
Thank you, Elquan. Appreciate the tier 1, dude. And then, oh man, what else did I pick up? 35 total stabilizers, and then a bunch of switches. So I need to chill this month. And I'm still lamenting having to pay off this camera, the one up top, the one that died. All right. Now that we've seen the internals, let's build this guy up. Let's build this bad boy. Well, actually, let's make sure everything's in here. We got the PCB. Yeah, the Fuji one. The one that died. Unfortunate, but such is life, I guess. Can't really do much. Thank you again, Elk1. I really appreciate you, dude. One of the most nerve-wracking things about building keyboards, by the way, is PCBs. And it's not even anything else. It's just when I take out the PCBs, sometimes I feel like the diodes just fall off for no reason. But it looks good. We're okay. You can see the LEDs are in a ring over here, which is pretty nice too. Fun. Can you tell me a fair price for building fees? Okay. Building fees vary depending on your experience level, what you have to offer. Like I know guys, not anymore, but people used to do building with, you had to supply the lube, you had to supply everything. Like, yeah, I think I'm a little bit under the weather or something. I don't know what it is, Fit. But people would say, you supply all that, and then I just solder things together, which means that the only thing you're really supplying is the iron, your experience, and the solder. So with that being said, I personally feel like a good build fee can range anywhere between $25, and this is for a 60 to 65%, to about $70. I personally charge in the middle of that. I am about $50 because I supply the lubricant for the stabilizers, like in my experience, etc. For Mil-Max services, I always sell the sockets because people don't order them, people don't want to. If people supply their own, it's a different price, but I sell the sockets at cost, and then I just charge for the labor of installing sockets. So that can range between $45 and $75. And if they supply their own sockets, it ranges from $30 to $50. Stabilizers I don't charge for. That's just part of the build process. And what else? Switches are the one thing that I feel like my prices are a little bit, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like my prices for switch lubing are on the higher side, I guess. So 2D, the way I do it is the $50 fee for building a board that's just like the base fee. And if you want extras, that 45 to 70 is just like extra on top of it for installing sockets and stuff like that. There's a lot of things I do with the board, like testing, making sure it all works, a lot of communication and stuff like that too. Most of the times their bills, like I would say the average client build that I get is about $50 without shipping. That's it. Spritz cologne over it? No, nothing like that. Nothing like that. Is your streaming equipment camera same you use? No. So actually technically it's kind of the same. I use a Fuji X-H2S for some video work and photos. But then I also use a Leica, and then sometimes if I'm feeling real spicy, I use the Ricoh for photos, but that's been like one time ever. No, I don't actually, do you guys think my prices are fair? I've asked this in the past, and everyone's always said I should charge more, but I think my prices are pretty fair. Yes, people say too low. At the end of the day, I'm fine. My prices have never changed since I started doing this. The only thing that's gone up 10 cents is switch lubing, and that's because the lubricant went up. That's it. Everything else has stayed pretty much the same. Oh, and then desoldering, because I use the desoldering gun and I have to, there's a lot of risk with desoldering as well. Desoldering again ranges between 45 and 75. On average, again, I think most people just go for the build service. Sometimes people opt to lube switches, which I charge $1.30 per switch, and again, I provide lube. However, sometimes I even think on the most expensive builds without lubing switches, I feel like it still takes me about a day to do all of that, like a full working day just to get everything done. Sometimes and then some. Yeah, I agree with that, Keefus. Local drop-off. So local drop-off, something that I may not be doing for the winter. I hope that's understandable to some people. As the weather gets colder, I think I might have to stop doing that. But yeah, I just don't feel like dragging keyboards through the snow and in the cold. But typically it's just PO box drop-off. Yeah, just hopefully everyone understands that. I hope it's not a huge deal to some people. You could hide away in the path. You could do that too, actually. Path is hella confusing though, man. But yeah, I do offer it still. If you guys are interested in you're in Toronto, want local drop off. For now, it's still good. But as the weather gets colder, I probably will have to take a break from that. It's just not fun. Winter is a long week in Arkansas. Is it? Wait, what do you mean by that? Alright, let's start lubing these. Just meeting at Tim Hortons. Could do that technically, yeah. You can bring me to your place with the keyboard? Intense! At this point, due to me streaming building so rarely, I just asked Norwegian peeps I've built to cover shipping to and from. Yeah, honestly, Nord, that's also fair. a lot of people still do building for free. It's just, I think in the keyboard space, it's just knowing the person and trusting the person, you know? Doesn't October start in October? Wait, doesn't winter start in October in Toronto? I mean, it's October now, right? It feels like fall outside. I feel like our seasons have kind of got shifted a little bit. So, are you the tallest Canadian to exist? I'm like 5'10" on a good day, all right? On a good day. Knowledge and trust plays a big part, yeah. Like, so another thing that's happened a few times, and again, to be transparent with you guys, sometimes with client builds, recently actually, I built a Mode Envoy for a client, and after I built the Mode Envoy, when I was doing my usual run-throughs of testing everything afterwards, I noticed that the chassis was a little bit warped. And I'm not sure why that happened. I've built plenty of Envoys, never seen that before. Could be just a one-off thing. I ended up contacting Mode customer service, absolutely outstanding. Got a replacement for the client. I forgot to do one thing with that client build. I forgot to switch the adhesive feet from the old one to the new one. So stuff like that sometimes happens. The client got it, was just like, "Oh, Alex, did you forget the feet?" And I'm like, "I totally did." So all like I forget, like, you know, sometimes that happens. You forget like a little something, or a screw doesn't get sent out. That stuff I cover as well. So like, you have to be good if you're going to be in the client service kind of department. You have to be good with understanding that if you do a fuck up, you have to cover it. And I've known certain people. I'm not gonna throw shade at people, but there are customers who have told me stories about them having to pay for the builder's fuck-ups, which is really sad. Hey, what's up, Trudeau? How you doing? Sending out with no feet, like a nerd nest. What happened with the nerd nest? Did Ryan forget to put feet in them? What's this summer people sing about on the radio? Honestly, I'm having the laziest Sunday ever. Wait, what do you got? What do you got for plans today, Trudeau? I had a lazy yesterday. Did a little bit of outside walking, and then for the most part, I just sat around. I was just watching like a little bit of Walking Dead yesterday. Didn't really do that much. Cabbage Cap, thank you so much for using your Prime here. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the support. Really means a lot. I want to have a lazy Sunday today after we're done streaming, but I don't think I can. Make myself a mocha, gonna hang out here, then do some reading. That sounds lovely. Whoa. A mocha is like a hot chocolate? Like mocha, like chocolate coffee type thing? That sounds delicious, actually. I just have regular schmegular coffee. Although I did put some caramel flavoring inside. It's like a hazelnut caramel right now, which tastes pretty good. Just reminded me, I got myself a nice chocolate bar yesterday. It sounds like a good breakfast. You know what I find I can't do much these days? Okay, hear me out. Milk chocolate. I love it, but dude, I used to be able to just like consume milk chocolate and feel really good about it. Now, this sounds so bad, but like, maybe, I don't know, does anyone else feel like milk chocolate's, yeah, it's so sugary these days. And like, I still like candy. I'll eat candy to my heart's content. But it's just milk chocolate just seems way too sweet these days. Candy, on the other hand, I can do. Like sweet candy, it's fine. But yeah, milk chocolate, I don't know. I'm just not as into it as I used to be. Actually, I wonder why that is. $8 on a chocolate bar the other day was not worth it. Oh my god, that's the other thing. The artisanal chocolate bars. The rise of that. Insane. Now you got like organic hand-picked cashews chocolate bar with fair trade chocolate and some other, whatever other words they're gonna use, and it's just like a $9 chocolate bar. And like, I've seen some of them, guys. I am not over exaggerating. Do I have anything to show you? Okay. So let's pretend this is your normal chocolate bar. It would be about half this size. It's not that big these days. Designer chocolate. What board is that? That's hot. This is the Nazare. Am I pronouncing it right? The Nazare, or whatever it's pronounced. Nestle chocolate. Even Hershey's I avoid these days. Hershey's kind of tastes ass these days too. Oh, this is the Alex Odos Envoy. Best cheap chocolate are Kinder Buenos. Okay, Kinders are actually insanely good. Can I have your thoughts on my desk mat? I'm simply colored. Wait, the simple colored desk mat I could send you. Like, yeah, sure, Azam. Send it on over. I'll take a look. Do you want like my on stream here, or do you want me to like actually type to you something more detailed? I think I might have a little something. Maybe it's just my throat. I was catching up with an old friend yesterday. When I used to work at Best Buy, I had a friend who did a lot of photography, and I have not seen him in probably like 5 years. So it was actually maybe a little bit more than 5 years. It was really nice to catch up with him yesterday. Have you had the raspberry bar from Soma? Why does that sound so familiar? Let's see. Let's see this thing. Wait, can I not browse Etsy anymore? Wait, Azam, I think you're sending me your shop link. I think you need to send me like your back end link. I think you need to send me your actual like front facing link. Is chocolate placed in distillery dirt? Oh, okay. I have never had it, but during the summer, me and some of my high school one high school friend. I shouldn't say friends. It was one person. We went and he got some chocolate ice cream. I think they have ice cream there too, right? I'm thinking of the right place. Can you find Kinder Bueno in America? I think so. All right, let's see this. Okay, so I'm gonna be very, very honest with you, okay? Because I'm not gonna like beat around the bush. With proper marketing, they are playing desk pads. Okay, you have to understand that. With proper marketing, and if you present yourself as some sort of like crazy luxury brand or whatever, like explain why your desk pad's better, then you might be able to sell some. But honestly, Azam, factor in a few things right now. The current like state of the market, very bad. Not a lot of people are buying things. Not a lot of people have a lot of expendable income. And the people that do, like, they're going to spend the stuff on stuff that they know that they're going to love. It's no longer just like picking up something and seeing how you like it. So if your marketing's not there for that, the second part of that's not going to happen. I know like the back end of how a lot of these things are manufactured and stuff like that too. I would personally think, because I don't know if you're drop shipping these, if you're stocking them yourself. If you're starting a business, if you don't have the marketing behind it all, best thing to do is start with your basic products. Make those as cheap as possible. Not to where you're losing money, but make those as cheap as possible. Make those like your hook products. So you want to get people like your, there's a word for it. I forget. It's been a while since I've done this like pep talk kind of stuff here, but you want to make sure that like those products are the things that people buy. And then you have something else with better margin and that's unique to you that people will pick up as well. And those would just be your add-on products, right? So the colors are nice. I think 35 Canadian is a lot for a desk pad right now. Desk pads in general are a super saturated market. And then again, I would also focus on your marketing. It's very tough right now for desk pads. Not a lot of people are... Desk pads aren't the same craze they used to be. They used to be like, oh my god, everyone needs to get one. If you don't budget for marketing, you should budget for going out of business. Yeah, I agree with Spiked. Marketing is very, very important, Ism. But I do love the colors. Like, I would definitely rock this, like, burnt orange kind of style one. But, like, the gray, the black, even the lilac to some degree, the lilac's been done. Those are all colors that, like, again, make those super, like, maybe you make your orange, your green, maybe some of the more unique colors, or, like, unique if you have a finish for it or something. Those could be your more expensive products, or whatever you want to call it. But, like, the basics, I don't know. It's a really tough call because I can just go on Amazon and pick up something up with lesser quality maybe. They'll do the same thing for me and just make me happy and have a black desk pad. I hope that helps though, Azam. I'm not trying to be vicious in any sort of manner. I just want to, you know, be as honest as I possibly can. But I do like the orange color. That's something that would look really good on my desk, for example. Hi Alex, how would you approach lubing factory lubed switches to ensure they don't get over lubed? Okay, Huskies and a lot of other switches have a very, I'd say like a small amount of oil or 205 on them, whatever material they use. Sorry, hiccups. What I would do, grab your lube container, dab a little bit of lube on it, right? Get a little bit like that. Then you stop and you spread it to where the point where you can't see it, okay? Your brush will have some of that lubricant absorbed into it. You're just gonna go over the entire switch. You're gonna be basically moving around some of the lubricant that's already on it and just kind of using what you've now put on the brush as well as the stuff that's already existing there. If you feel like you need more, then you can skip the whole part where I showed you to, you know, spread that stuff around. If you see some of the white lubricant there, that's fine. But in my opinion, that's just too much lube at that point. Grab a little bit, spread it around on like a plastic tray or something, and then go over it. Easy peasy. Easily peasily. Any good coffees you've had lately? You know, right now, the coffee that I like the most is just one that we're getting from Costco. It's a hazelnut flavored one. I forget the brand from it. But there has been some decent coffee that I've tried. The problem is the coffee that I like is, it's from Japan, and I honestly don't want to spend all that money on ordering it. No, it's actually from a different brand. It starts with a Z, I believe. But yeah, that was the only one that I liked.
This board was called the Nazareth and I got very excited. Hope you're doing well, my king.
Dude, Alex, thank you so much for the Prime, man. And yeah, I you know what, I was typing out Nazareth for too. Cursu's my favorite. Cursu's my 100% my favorite one. There is some good stuff from, if you guys are in Toronto, there's one of my other favorite beans that I'll go out of my way to get that I like is from St. Lawrence Market. It is downstairs. It's one of their Brazilian beans. What is it called? Everyday Gourmet. You just got some stuff from Kurisu. Did you get their signature blends? It's so good. I love Kurisu coffee. It's like to me, it's like the perfect cup. The absolute perfect cup. Grease time. Sometimes not a lot beats a cup of instant. I think it was Tim a little while ago that was explaining to me that, wait, is this only one? I don't recall this only having one spacebar option for the original. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Tim was explaining to me there's some instant coffees that are just like absolutely god tier. My brewing method for Kurisu is pour over. So depending on what method, like what style of pour over, whether I use the Chemex or not, it's pretty much all the same though. You know, I have to ask Tim, how about Tuesday when Tim and I are doing the podcast, we bother Tim about that? Because I honestly don't recall which one Tim likes the most. But there are certain ones that he said are actually insanely good. Where's the Tim explaining coffee and espresso? You know, Tim's always here at the worst times. He's here when he just wants to troll me and make me feel uncomfortable. But then when I actually need him to answer a question, he's not here. I'm not big into coffee at all, not gonna lie. I like the cheap stuff from the gas station. Hey, you know what, Rob? Everyone's different. Everyone has their drink of choice. Everyone has like the thing that they're into. A lot of people aren't actually into coffee. I'm only into it because like I just like the way it tastes and it's a fun process for me to do it. I don't like a lot of coffee flavors though. Like I still really don't care for the majority of those fruit inspired coffees. They're just way too acidic for me. I do not like them. Even some of the more dessert coffees, I am just not into at all. I like a good, strong, clear cup of coffee. Like has to be strong. And then I also don't mind like things like hazelnut flavors or stuff like that when it comes to some flavoring. More chocolatey flavors I prefer. So I have a feeling Tim has like a bat signal connected to him. He might. Rokid. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the tier 1, man. Espresso? Maybe in the future. Espresso is not something that I have the counter space to do at the moment, man. I don't got the counter space for that. Like, let's be real here, dude. Condo kitchens are so small, and having a toaster and the coffee grinder on the counter that's all we got. There's no other space. And a kettle. That's all we got. I'm just looking. This board's in stock, I believe. I think it's, if you're in the States, Space Cables. If you're in Canada, Ash Keeps. And then at other parts of the world, I can't recall. Again, this is not like, we're not doing this as, this is not a promo stream or nothing. This is just a commission build. However, I have the thing pulled up because I want to see something. But I don't remember who else is selling this. Mocha pots are good too. We used to have mocha pots all the time when I was growing up. What's worse is I can hear a bit of rattling the right side of my stab due to the seating issue with the housing. My fucking screw head started getting chipped off while I was screwing things back in. You know what you could do? Okay, this is gonna make it very difficult to remove though, Ren. Get some nail polish. All right. Don't get Loctite. For the love of God, don't use Loctite in keyboards. Get some nail polish and go over the bottom. I don't have a screw on my desk to show you, but actually, yeah, I do. One right here. I'll get a big screw just to show you. But basically, take nail polish, go over the threads at the bottom. All right. And then you put it in. That should help close the gap. It's going to make it not permanent, but it's going to make it kind of difficult to take out afterwards. But it should help close some of that gaps. And if you are having like a seating issue or maybe it's rattling or something, alternatively, you could just try putting an extra gasket. No text to speech. I don't know why it didn't work there. I'll just say it out loud for you. Wee woo wow wee woo whoa. Shoot, I don't know. I think sometimes it doesn't know what you're saying, the TTS stuff, and it just doesn't even want to bother. First time here. What's up, Vano? How you doing? 2 left on Ash Keeps, more on Space Cables. There's only 2 of these boards left on Ash Keeps? Oh. God damn. I heard the Loki 65 is getting another run. Is it a group buy though, or is it a... Oh yeah, Loki 65. So sad about what happened there. I feel really bad. I'm gonna give a big shout out to the Loki guys. I built the original Loki 65 for the designers, not MKIII. They ran it on MKIII. Stuff happened with MKIII. I feel really bad because the keyboard was so cool, and they asked me to basically repost content, but it's content we've already posted, and a lot of the times nowadays, like, even TikTok and Instagram, they're punishing you for basically like rehashing content. So I can't do anything, but I offered to do like a whole suite of content for them for free again because like I feel really bad. They didn't have anything to send out, but yeah, their board's getting resold basically, which I don't know how well it's gonna do, but so sad. It's actually genuinely a pretty cool board. What size is my monitor? 27 inches. I have the Apple 5K one. I would love to get a second one, but I also don't think I would want a second one. Like, I think I'm a one monitor guy. I don't think I'm a two monitor guy. At least I think I am. Any suggestions on a, sorry. God, my hiccups. Any suggestions for white on marine keycaps or something like for similar to Blue Samurai? GMK Pacific, maybe? I'm only browsing through Ashkeeps right now. It looks like Ashkeeps has the Loki. I don't know who else is selling it though. Oh, US. Here it says KNC caps or keys. I don't have much familiarity with who they are. And then all caps, which I know who they are. KNC keys. That sounds familiar. Hold on. Oh no, I know who these people are. I know KNC keys. All right, let's put some switches in. Let's test our stabs out. Yeah, they make the green and red jackets. That's right. These are pretty switches. Funny thing about these, I went in to lube them. Okay, well, I got them in, and I was like, oh, do they want them lubed? And so I lubed a few of them, or I lubed one or two of them to compare. What I normally do when I've never used a switch before is I do like a bunch of testing. And I lubed two or three of them, compared them to the unlubed ones. Dude, this is unlubed. And they sound it very muted with lubricant, like just a slight little bit. So I ended up just removing it. Pretty crazy how good these switches sound at stock. And these ones here, I don't remember what they're called, but it's in the build command. Yeah, the Harmony linears. Interesting switch. Green jacket's the only tactiles I've ever liked until I get fatigued after a couple of minutes. Yeah, I'm just not into tactiles much these days. Okay, let me quickly grab some, I guess, some keycaps here, and then we're gonna do a little testaroo. Actually, I'll save that set. We'll do that later. Do I have the? I need what, a 6.25U spacebar? Or can I just grab off another keyboard? You know what? Here, I'll do this. We're not using these switches or keycaps. I'm just gonna testaroo this because I have the client sent me keycaps for this. So they're muted once lubed but not stock. Interesting. Yeah, they felt too, even with a very, very thin layer. I think the thin layer sounded fine, but it almost felt like I wasn't gaining much. And I was just like, man, this feels like just a waste of time. So I ended up not bothering. Stabs could be touched up a slight bit. Also, this is your reminder, guys, for anyone who's maybe building a board today or like anything like that.
Hey man, hope you're having a great day.
Thank you so much for the tier 1, man. I appreciate that, dude. Please don't overlube your stabs. There are a few different things you can do before overlubing something to, if you really feel like there's this crazy rattle that just won't go away. Number one thing to do is make sure installation of the stabs are good. The next thing to do, make sure your switches are good and properly seated. The next thing to do, make sure that your keycap is, the stems in the keycap are not too large for the stem of the stabilizer. And then ultimately, if all this else fails, I would even suggest swapping to a long pull switch. Sometimes that can help a lot of the issues of the rattling, because that could just be a keycap thing. A warped spacebar or warped key could also cause some of that stuff too. Ultimately, before you start cramming in extra lube, just kind of go through the motion of making those steps. How much would you recommend a lube syringe? Oh man, I can't live without these anymore. Mode has them if you guys are interested. Mode sells them literally with... This is the best tip that I've seen for the syringes. It's thin enough to get in there. The other tip that tends to work really well, if you guys want a larger syringe of lube, not just a small one, is the one from Kinetic Labs. So this is my other favorite lube syringe. And they don't cost anything... They don't cost as much as you'd think too. Yeah, these are the Harmony ones. Yeah, just don't explode it all over your keyboard like I did. If you guys are interested in those things, I have links in my bio if you guys want to help support the channel. They're affiliate links. I've been told that I don't talk about my affiliate links more than enough, so there, I've mentioned it to you guys. Thin tip, am I right? Hey yo, what the? How's the bottom layout for this work? Is it just a regular 6.25? Does MKIII have syringes? I haven't tried MKIII yet. Sound-wise, should I lube a long pull cherry switch? Yes. There were very, 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 very few cases, maybe like one today, where I felt like the lube didn't really help much in these switches, where you want to not lube something. Very rare. I'm still very impressed with these switches. The green's cool too. I like the green. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Check the other switches. The other stabs here. Sounding good. I modded a pre-built keyboard, although I bought a long time ago and built one also a while back. Recently bought a Zoom 75 and still waiting for it. I don't want to mess it up, so I'm trying to learn more. Yeah, I mean, watching streams is a fantastic way to learn more, honestly. Streams, asking questions. Never be afraid to ask questions in this hobby. And if people are ridiculing you for those questions, just leave that Discord. That Discord's probably not good for people who are legitimately trying to learn. Is there a specific way I should lube my MX Black Hyperglides? Thin layer of lube. I also find that you kind of need to put films as well as better springs. Springs actually might be the best tip to making the Hyperglides feel and sound better, because the stock springs kind of suck. So that's what I would recommend. Do you think there's your objective way of saying good keyboard? No. That's what. That's why the hobby is starting to kind of slowly deteriorate too. People have now classified good and bad. And I think there are objective properties that make a keyboard good. Maybe design-wise, or not even design-wise rather, but like build process-wise and all that stuff. There are very few objective things about a keyboard, right? And the other thing I want, that people don't understand when it comes down to keyboard and what makes something good or bad, is a lot of current boards, a lot of them, I would say 90% of the boards that we build on stream, they're all good. They're all good keyboards. It just comes down to what you're looking for and how much money you're wanting to spend and what's good value. Value might be an objective thing, but some people don't care about value, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. There's not a lot of objective things, right? And ultimately, if you like the purchase you've made and you feel confident in the thing that you've created, or you're looking for a certain something in a board, then that's what's going to be good for you. For example, I still, and people, I don't know, man, there's people just get a little crazy with keyboards sometimes. I really like my Mode Envoy. So much so that this is like even after building some of the other more hype keyboards, this is the thing I still put on my desk. Not for any other reason other than I just like the way it feels and I really like the way it sounds. Some people will criticize me saying, why am I using a $200 board and not using my $500 board, right? And this is kind of where the hobby's getting mixed up lately. People are confusing hype with being objectively good. And then criticizing everything else. A lot of insecurities being projected. I really like what I like. And at the end of the day, you should just like what you like too. Chudo, you should not hear the insert rattling around. It should just pressure fit right inside. If you are having issues with that though, Chudo, and if it's like a big batch of them that are having issues, can you, oops, this is not going here. Can you message NK support with like a video of a few of them? Those should not be moving around. Like that should not happen. My voice sounds different today. I don't know. I think either I'm under the weather or I don't know. I have no idea what happened today. I thought it would go away as we were doing stream, but I guess not. You want it on? 1 second. Where is it? I actually don't even know where I put it. Like usual. As per the norm, I have zero clue where I have put my... Oh, there it is. The battery's dying in my remote. It's on! How was your week, Alex? I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I think I've had a challenging week mentally. I think I haven't really been on my best like mental game this week. Not because anything bad happened. Just been, I don't know, been feeling like lethargic in a lot of ways. Not burnt out, but just like tired and just like, I don't know, just a lot of stuff that I'm just like not positive about. Like, I don't know, dude. It's not a bad thing. I think maybe it's some seasonal depression as well, but like, just navigating for sure. That's all. I mean, it's again, nothing bad. It's just, oh, you want to see my Hearthstone tattoo? What's a good way to show you this? It's kind of hard to flip over my arm like that. Here. Can you kind of see it? This kind of hurts. Actually, can I just show you that? That was dumb of me. I could have just done this. There it is. And Illidan's on this side. Illidan's over here. But Illidan, my boy Illidan needs the green in him still. And I never got him done. Because that one there hurt. I meant to do, like, even fill in the gaps on my arm over here and stuff like that. I just never did it. Like, it's not that I lost interest in tattoos. It's just... Actually, no, let's be honest. I did lose interest in tattoos. You ever press the Hearthstone and reset your mind? The story of why I got that tattoo, it's probably one of the only ones that maybe has a slight meaning, but I don't talk to the person I got the tattoo with anymore. Illidan's on the side, continues to rotate his arm 180 degrees. Yeah, exactly. Just killing my arm over here. Alright. Let's do this. Let's solder this bad boy in. Good morning, Surrender. Let us solder. You met your wife on WoW? That's so cute. My old guild leader, one of the officers, I don't remember anyone's username. They met playing the game and then they ended up getting married. So, very, very cute. People who meet on MMOs and end up getting married and have happy lives, very cute. I was very serious playing World of Warcraft, so I have some pretty funny stories I could tell you guys of me, how serious I was as a guy playing WoW. Nord, thank you so much for 10 tier 1s, man. I really appreciate that, dude. Oh, man. Thank you, Nord. It's been a while since I've been able to catch a stream. I've missed these. Nord, I've missed having you here, too. I should do more early morning streams. More EU-friendly stuff. Thank you, though, Nord. Game is serious business. Okay, I'll tell you guys a story. Actually, can I solder as I tell you guys this story? Is this distracting? I don't know if it is. I just had the solder in my hands. Did I not? Where did I put it? Thank you. I appreciate that skill. Thank you, dude. Did I not just have the solder in my... Oh, it's right here. Literally, I put it down. Okay, Chozo. Yeah, we're gonna use Cyrillic for this. Okay. Story time. Mind you, remember, I was like 21 playing this game, okay? So 20, 21, maybe 22. I don't remember exactly what year this was, but it was near when I first started raiding in Wrath of the Lich King. Or it could have been 23. I don't remember how old I was. So, I joined a raiding guild, was super pumped up. This would have been like my first time doing something like this with a guild that wasn't just a bunch of friends playing. So I was genuinely really excited. And we ended up having one of our first raids where I was on the roster doing 25-man Wrath of the Lich King raids. We had just, I don't remember what boss it was, but back in the day, I was playing a Death Knight, and you could also, there was no like, now you have to use plate armor for everything. Back in the day, you could use whatever just to get stats. And one of the pieces I needed for my crit build, which wasn't a very viable build at the time, but I was experimenting. It was a leather wrist rest, I think it was. So, I won. It was my turn because we did the whole. I don't remember what the whole looting system was called, but you had orders of how people won things, and it was my turn to get this piece. At the time, there was a guy in our guild. His name was Wrath of Hell, who is now one of my. Well, I don't really talk to Mark as much as I want to these days because we're both busy. But one of my oldest friends in the world, he messaged me wanting the loot. And Mark was probably like Wrath of Hell was probably one of the coolest guys in the server at the time. Like, he had everything, all the cool mounts, all the cool gear. He had a lot of cool stuff. And everyone, he'd be logged in and people would all, like, you know, be flocked around him. He was like one of the top raiders in the guild. So, I guess one of the girls in the guild had a bit of a crush on him. Right? So they had messaged me after I told Mark to go fly a kite about getting that piece of gear that I wanted. So they messaged me and tried to essentially flirt with me to get this piece from Mark. And you bet your ass, I told her to go fly a kite too. But they were really trying to push that onto me. I just really wanted that piece of loot, bro. There was nothing that could have separated me from that. Go fly a kite. Yeah, it was really funny because I remember looking at the message, and it was like, you know, like the flirty, like, oh, like, what can I do to get this from you type thing, and I was like, bro, you don't understand how much I need this crit right now. F off. I was very serious. Nothing can come in the way of me getting higher DPS than Mark. And then, I don't remember how it happened, that me and Mark became pretty close friends. But I never gave him the piece. Relatable. Yo, Alex, have you checked the Miniware TSC wireless soldering iron? Is it a good iron though? Like, is it consistent temperatures? Because the only reason I still use this really ugly Hako iron is just, it's because it's super consistent temps. Can you send me a link, sir? I'll give you a handshake. I was very serious about the game. I have a cringe moment that I could tell you guys too. Tell you how serious I was about playing WoW. Okay, backstory. I want to paint the picture, okay? I've told this story once before, just once. I hate telling it. It's the most cringe moment in my entire life. All right? Backstory. Again, I was like 22, 21 years old. I didn't have a lot of friends from like I had my brother's friends. My friends pretty much all moved away. I wasn't friends with a lot of people. I wasn't a popular kid. So I had really no one for like myself that I knew. It was just me. I was alone. I was also working part-time at a shoe store at the time, but I needed another job. My loving brother got me a interview with the company he was working at. All right. Remember, I was also young, in my early 20s, no friends, didn't have anything to talk about. All right, guys, just hear me out. I went to this interview. All right. They started asking me questions about past job. I didn't really have much experience. I worked at one place part-time for the last like 3 years. They start asking me about leadership experience. You bet your ass I said that I was a guild leader in one of my video games called World of Warcraft. You bet your ass I did. I hate thinking about this. I was like, yeah, I manage a raid of 25 in World of Warcraft. Oops. You bet your ass I did, guys. Were they impressed? Absolutely not. I did not get the job. They actually started making fun of me to my brother. They were laughing about it for a while. So, it is what it is, though. It is what it is. Did I just scratch this? I don't care. I would make the CEO to lead the company. Yeah. It is what it is. But, you know, I tried my best. Major L for them, their loss. That actually flies these days. It might fly these days, but video games were not something you talked about back in the day, especially World of Warcraft. I also accidentally just kicked my KBD8x off the top of the case, and it landed on one of my other pieces of equipment. I think I might have given it a little bit of an oopsie doopsie scratch, but it's okay. It's a prototype. It's actually the one I was going to keep for myself anyways. I'm looking for a wall mount for my SAT75. Oh my god, Creek, those are heavy keyboards, dude. I don't know anything that would natively work with that. Perhaps you could use that thing from IKEA that people use. Emprick, video games actually got me my current job. I guess the vibe check. Wait, you gotta tell me your story, Emprick. It did not fly with that person when I did it. They were looking at me like I was the strangest person in the world, dude. The inside of the board looks cool, but I'm so tired of the cool designs being on the inside. I mean, the nice thing about this, it still translates to the bottom. That is washer. That is the one nice thing about this board. It does translate. So it's not just on the inside. I do agree, I would have maybe liked this little logo here, maybe to be on this side, but I'm cool with this. Update my first commission. My friend is interested in a Final Fantasy character themed keyboard. I've been helping them look for all morning for keycaps and... Oh yeah, so if you're doing that as well, if you're going to also source parts for people, and that's labor and that's time. In fact, that's a lot of time. Story isn't anything too interesting. We were talking about hobbies in the interview, and I'm pretty honest about how I spend my days playing games. Turns out he's a longtime WoW player. So, Emperor, I actually think that makes sense, though. When you say, like, what hobbies do you have? And like, oh yeah, I play video games in my spare time. I literally said that as leadership experience for myself. So, and this is like to an older gentleman who, like, they don't know anything about games. They think it's a waste of time. So it wasn't even like situationally, like I should have never done it. You know what else is not just nice on the inside? You, Alex. Oh my god, you guys are too kind to me, bro. Actually, let me see. Did I scratch that KBD8x? A little bit. It's okay. I'm not too concerned. Oh well. Accidents happen. It's my own board. I put it to the side because I was prepping it for stream today, and I should have just left it inside the case. Oh my god. That's no big deal. You know how many boards I've scratched with my own? You know this is scratched, right? The board I'm using now, my own board, my own collab board. Here, I'll show you guys. Where is it? I scratched it like day one. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care about things like that. For client boards, I obviously take pristine care, but my own boards, I don't give a shit. Don't care at all. I dropped my 7V on my Ori Tomo a couple weeks ago at a meetup. I felt so bad. It's whatever, man. Like, for me, it's never a big deal. Like, I'll be upset about it for maybe 5 minutes. And then I realize I'm bound to fuck up someday. I think all my personal boards have damage to them. In some way, shape, or form. To this day, though, I've never damaged a client board, which is fantastic. But those I actually put away right after I'm done. My own boards, they lie on the floor everywhere around me. It's a pretty bad habit, actually. And then you realize that you have 30 more. I think the only board I actually care about not scratching is my commission unicorn from Candy Roo's commission there, the toxic corn. That's probably the only board I care about not scratching. But when I do bring boards to meetup, every one of those boards, with the exception of one, has been pretty much damaged by people at the meetup. The worst case that I've ever had was it was a younger kid. I'm not mad. I was never mad about it. They picked up the board and they accidentally dropped it. It was a polycarbonate one. It was my 512 and it has a big gash on the back. That sucks. It is what it is. Younger person, they got excited. I still, still scolded them a little bit because they shouldn't be picking things up like that. But all in all, it's not my problem. Like, it's not a big deal. I just told them to be careful for next time. Lesson learned. Now, I'm going to say this, though. While I don't mind, and for example, like if accidents happen. But if you're going to a meetup, guys, and you make the decision to damage someone's board and they ask you to compensate them for it, then you must do that. Don't just walk away. If you make the decision to touch something and you break it, especially at a meetup, unless it's said to be picked up and played around with, please have an idea that you might have to compensate that person. Moon Tower round 3 is around the corner? Yeah, I know I need to get one. Meetup needs better AC. The ones I've been to have been fine with AC. It's so tough too because so many boards are single run and repeating NO is... Oh yeah, repairing NO is expensive. My few boards that I've heavily damaged, like bad damage, I've just gotten Cerakote it, and I actually like the Cerakote better than the Anno sometimes. Off topic, I guess, but I'd love for you to make a tier list of builds you've done this year. I will probably do something like a best of, but I'm probably not going to make a video. I'm probably just going to do a written article. I do things for myself, but at the end of the day, when I have to log into things like YouTube and just see a gigantic list of negative comments about people's opinions and how they don't see their opinions as opinions and true as fact, I just don't care. And I don't, like, while I love the YouTube audience, I don't care to make content strictly for YouTube, because every time I do, it's just people being rude. I had someone literally message me the other day on YouTube. Two days ago, actually yesterday, I was texting Angel about it. They were basically saying that I talk like a 2-year-old, then called me then were just saying that I sounded, and they used a slur. And then they edited the post to change it to something else. And then when I called them out on it, they just said they tried to victim blame themselves by saying that they were something, and then like, oh yeah. And I was just like, I don't know why. It's kind of weird that you'd say that. Like, yeah, this typically happens to people like me. It's like, okay, dude. You know when you do something dumb and then you're like, oh yeah, that's just because I'm this? This happens very often on YouTube, and this is why I also don't make content for YouTube anymore. This wasn't a thing 2 years ago, when my growth was even bigger than it was now on YouTube. But nowadays, it just feels like every comment everywhere is just someone with some cringe ass comment. So like I said, I don't care to make long format videos for YouTube anymore. I'll make written articles where I have a better sense of, I can change things, I can, edit things if I make a mistake. Cringe ass comment, not cringe ass comment. That's YouTube comments in general. They're really weird. Really strange, like out of touch takes on a lot of things too. Do you actually make article-like content? I do. I have 2 articles that are ready to go. I just need to take photos. I have another article that I am almost done, and then I will be making more keyboard-based reviews. But I do have long format articles. The last one I wrote was actually about my camera, but you can expect more and more articles to happen. I wanted to get one of them hopefully done for this week. No, I haven't done the 8x rebuild yet. I'm going to be doing that afterwards. I think I soldered it all. Yeah, we're good. I don't think I missed any. Even positive comments I leave on vids, there's always be a reply from someone who's out of their mind and frothing at the mouth trying to argue. Yeah, it's why I also don't participate as much in the YouTube community anymore. Like, this is a pretty standard one, which drives me up the walls, and it's not anything negative, but it's just like, it's so out of touch. I'll be like, this is good value. Like, I feel like people who only can spend $200, and this is true story, something I've actually wrote. Let's just say someone's budget is $200 and they want something. I feel like this is one of the better value keyboards for under $200. Out of touch commenter comes in, yelling at everyone in the comment section. Why the fuck would you want to support this? Why would you want to do this? Why spend $200 for $50 more? People don't understand that $50 for some people is a lot of money. So for just to say, like, just spend more money, it's just so out of touch and drives me up the walls when people do that. Or like, why would you want to spend money on this board when you can go buy a unicorn? Just go out and buy a unicorn. even if you had the money to go buy a unicorn, where are you going to go buy one? It's so out of touch. Yeah, exactly. They're raffles. And even if you know how difficult it is to win one of those? It's so out of touch. People don't understand that they're limited on their own budget. Money has like different values to different people, right? It's so bad. Who bans all questions, and anyone who attempts to talk to him in his chat, and your experience with YouTube makes me see why. I'm curious who that is. It's so bad, dude. 1400 CAD is like 20 USD anyways. Yeah. It's just, first of all, like I've said forever, I've said this for a long time, keyboards are all luxury products. If you like a certain style of board, if something visually speaks to you, let's just say even if the internals aren't the best thing in the world, but if it visually, this is what you want in your desk, no one should shame you for buying that product. If that's what you want, that's what you want. I don't understand why people give so much shit about what, or care so much about what goes in someone else's desk. It's so crazy to me, dude. All right, let's grab our screwdriver kit. I budget board purchases months ahead of time. Yeah, exactly. And honestly, like if you do so and someone shames you for that, they're in the wrong 100%. Like if you know what you want and you're happy with it, keep doing you. End of story. Big sleeper board. I remember liking this when I built it, but I don't remember the sound profile of it. Hold on, what bit do I need for this? It truly is a nice design piece. This will glow too subtly with the RGB. It's not magnetic. It's not. Okay, it's whatever. I want orange shorts merch soon. I might ask. Maybe I'll ask Mike Novel Keys if he can help me out with that. I'm having a hell of a time trying to find people for like trying to find vendors and like I don't even know where to store stuff at this point. To each their own. Yep. You know when something happens that throws your day off? Just been to my work van to get something and I just got a flat tire. Hey, things happen. You just got to keep pushing through. Bad things happen, Zach. I actually just chipped one of my personal keyboards, so it's okay. It's fine. Things happen. You got to keep smiling and then move on to the next thing because we can't get hung up on the negative things in our lives. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try doing unisex stuff. I'll ask Mike. I'll see if maybe Mike can help me. It's a nice internal though. Look at this. It's pretty. Very, very pretty. Let's put the daughter board in first. Now this is an O-ring board, but we have to cut up the O-ring if I remember correctly. So it's sort of like a pseudo gasket O-ring, sort of like you'd see it in the Geon keyboards. You slide them on? Do you have to slide them on? I don't remember. I can't really recall. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay, so it is one of these that you put them like this. So it's not like the Geon ones. It's like, who did this? There was another board like this. Again, it's been a long time since I've done this. Oh, okay, I'll take a look after this here. How much is it? What is the price point in that guy? Let's get the daughter board first, actually. I need the JST connector. It's a small JST connector. God damn. $120 to $130 USD? Is there a store like Target in Canada? So, fun fact, Target was in Canada, but then nobody bought things from Target. So I don't think Target exists anywhere in Canada now at all. But there was Target at one point in Canada. I'd say like the Bay is maybe another version of Target, just a big department store type thing. But even, oh God, what was that other brand called? Nordstrom just recently closed its doors in Canada too, because no one was buying from Nordstrom. There, Trudeau just said it as I said it too. Nordstrom closed its doors. I don't think Canadians are that big into department stores as much as they used to be. Sears was a big thing back in the day, no longer. Zellers just got reopened in the Bay, but it's just part of the Bay anyways. I'm gonna be honest, I went to the Zellers in the Bay. It just feels like cheapy Amazon products, just without the need to order from Amazon. You can just get them right inside Zellers. It does not feel the same. I don't know where people are getting this whole like that Zellers in the Bay thing is like the new best thing. It is not. It's cheapy Amazon products from one big like OEM manufacturer that they're capitalizing on. That's it. All right, let's put these things on. If I remember correctly, this is kind of a bit of a pain to do. Target and Nordstrom are actually pretty nice stores. I mean, they're beautiful looking stores, but Canadians I don't think Canadians really give a shit about them. Toronto has its own subset of like culture of shopping locally. Maybe Trudeau can help me out with this. But like, I personally, if I have the option to go to a big box store or shop locally, I'll shop locally. I've made that decision a number of times with certain products. I'm sticking my tongue out while doing this, and now that I know the reason why I stick my tongue out, I'm trying not to, and it's making me self-conscious. Toronto people like their boutiques, yeah. I know Toronto really, really likes boutique stores. Build's going good, Nectar. How are you doing? This mounting style is dope. There's been a handful of boards that have done mounting styles like this. A handful. And it's always fun. They're interesting to put together. A little nerve-wracking, I'll tell you that much. The Glizzy mount? Is that what this is called? The Glizzy mount? Just had lunch waiting on this lady from FB Marketplace to go pick up a monitor and arm. Good luck, my friend. Skeleton, thank you so much for the prime. I really appreciate that, dude. Oh, wrong way. All right, we can screw this all together now. It's official Glizzy mount. Glizzy mount. Oh gosh. It seems to be one of the moms selling off her son's stuff situations. Do you think that maybe because they moved away or something like that? Got too old for some of the stuff? I feel like this gift looks like Glizzy's. 1 second. Last time you mentioned a board that you didn't want to name, but never finished the thought of it. It does kind of look like a Glizzy, Nord. I don't recall. There's a whole bunch of boards that I can't talk about too much right now. This kind of sucks. Now I have to get a screwdriver head since mine's sort of chipped. Oh, your screwdriver head chipped? The iFixit kit's good. It's not terribly expensive, I don't think. Jason, thank you so much for using your Prime sub here, man. I really appreciate that, dude. Thank you, thank you. Hype train incoming. Very close, it says. Thank you guys for the subs. I really appreciate it, guys. So nice.
Nectar _ gifted a tier 1 sub to RJ McCready.
Thank you, Nectar. I appreciate that, dude. And then alternatively, if you don't want to spend a lot, there is some like Amazon branded ones that aren't terrible. You could go with one of those. All right. After we're done this, guys, we are going to be building the KBD8x again, but this time top mount and polycarbonate plate. Do you guys want me to do a costume stream? Oh man, I don't even know what to do for a costume stream. I really don't. Yes? Should I just be a Jedi? Should I be lame? Banana costume? All right, let me think about. Let me go maybe next weekend. I'll go find one. I'll go see. I'm not gonna promise, but I'll see. Orange shorts, no top, huh? Speaking of top mount, you think the Fuji 65 is better than the V1 to the point where it's worth picking up? Just like I mentioned during the Fuji stream, I actually don't have much experience or recollection of what the Fuji V1 offered. I just remember the V1 like not getting great feedback from some people. But if both are top mount, because I don't remember what the V1 had. If both are top mount, then you have the potential of both of them sounding good. The V2 hopefully has a better menu. I mean, I have 2 of the V2s here and they looked pretty good. But again, I don't have much experience with the V1. Cat made outfit? Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't know about that. I don't know about a cat made outfit. That's cute. Serial number 18. Cute. It's actually a really nice board. Do you guys like the bottom blocker? I don't mind it. I don't ever use any keys on this side of the keyboard, so I actually do not mind it. I wonder how these switches are gonna sound. I really don't know. It's unique. It's just like hair ties. All right. Do you guys want to do predictions for this? Yes or no? Right after this, we're building the KBD8x, so don't go anywhere, guys. KBD8x time after this. Yeah, I kind of like the bottom blocker. It's visually kind of pretty. Why is my mouse all the way over here? If you're gonna get a Fuji, I've tested 2 plates now. I much preferred the plastic plates. I would even suggest if you really want one. I didn't get one of these plates. I don't remember if they offered one, but it was a polycarbonate one. If they have that, pick up that. Next up in my list of things would be FR4 or carbon fiber, and then I would get aluminum last. Although the aluminum one didn't sound bad. It's just, if you like the aluminum sound signature, I did one yesterday. You can take a look at the stream. But that's my order of what I personally prefer. Again, everyone's going to be a little different there. All right, we're going to do predictions. Is the GMK set going to be messed up? You have 2 minutes. Go for it, guys. Get your voting out of the way. This is red Cyrillic. This is actually a personal board for Ash Keebs we're doing today. What the fuck, Alex's normal voice? I think it's just my throat is a little bit off today. So I feel like it's kind of coming in and out, but it does feel like it's a bit sore. And if I talk with my normal voice and not trying to like suppress it a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit painful. Maybe I am getting a little bit sick, which is kind of annoying. Could go for a burger? Ooh. It's a big discrepancy of points. Oh shit, actually there's a lot of points being used today. That's crazy to me. That is crazy. Excuse me. This is red Cyrillic.
Hey Alex, hope stream is well.
Thank you, dude. Stream's going pretty good. I appreciate that, pancakes. Thank you, man. How does this thing work? We will. Ooh, it is not liking this. We will get you in Discord, and basically it's just like having the sub status in Discord without having to pay anything. That's all. Well, I shouldn't say that's all. That matters to a lot of people. That's why I made it a long time ago. The price of the keycap set? I don't remember. Probably normal GMK pricing. All right, let's open this thing. Let us open this. I have to pause it afterwards. Just don't poke yourself. I'll try not to. All right, so let's open this slowly. All right, guys. You guys can see the side. It's all good. This is already off to a great start. What was the vote? I don't even remember who voted for what. Oh! I think that's acceptable. No, that's acceptable. Oh, never mind. This lost. Never mind. One key. One key flipped. That counts. That one key screwed over the rest of everyone else doing a good job up here. It is flipped, and you guys know the rules with flipped. If one key is even messed up. I was going to let this slide. Even though this is out of place, I was going to let that slide. I was going to let that slide, though, guys. I was going to let that slide. I was going to say, you know what, that doesn't matter that much. But yeah, that one key screwed it all up. That one key did the deed of screwing it all up, dude. Damn. Usually it's never the bottom, too. Y'all missed the sleight of hand where he flipped it? Okay, dude. So yes, this is indeed messed up. Yes, it is. Yeah, I think this is a good set for this. Alright, let's put this on. Ooh, that doesn't sound too bad. These switches are definitely a little bit more glassy sounding. So perhaps a different switch would sound a little bit better on these, but these are nice springs. I like the feeling of these switches though. Very, very nice. I like that too. That one key cost me 10K. I'm sorry, guys. I am sorry. I'm already liking the spacebar. However, I don't know. It'd be cool to experiment with the spacebar. Maybe I should have mil-maxed that. I probably should have. That's one thing I've been doing a lot of recently, is mil-maxing one single key. Actually, this looks really good with this set. I realized why I like watching your streams so much. You interact with your audience a lot, making the streams never so quiet with awkwardness. Everyone's at a different level though, right? Like everyone's at a little bit of a different level with how they interact with people. And some people might not like all the interaction I do, which I've been commented. People think I talk too much. But I appreciate that though, man. I really do. Now, does this use the standard? I guess it does. Alex is great at chatting. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Just got here what keycap said is this. Red Cyrillic. Actually a really nice... Actually, this sounds pretty good. Pretty good for these like stock kind of lubed switches. Pretty good. Ooh. Okay, I feel like... I hate saying this. I do feel like cherry switches would have been a little bit of a, for me anyways, personally, a better choice for this. But you know what? This looks great with this keycap set. Holy. Could you flip the trader cap around? The trader cap was delete. That's what screwed you guys over. This key right over here. Look at that. That's your problem child right there. delete y'all's channels points? Yeah, for real, it did. Thank you, delete my man. All right, this looks so good with the set. Holy, I might have to pick this up too. God damn. What do you guys think? Nice looking board? Ooh. Wait a second, that looks so good with this. And then actually, I want to see how the RGB lights up again. Again, it's been a long time since I built this. Is it on by default? I don't think so. The keyboard registers though. I might have to go turn it on. So let me go into VIA. One sec. Authorized device. It does not recognize the PCB, but the PCB works. So let's try replugging it. Connect. Key tester working fine. Is there no JSON file for it? Oh, now it's working. God, that just took a while. Oh, that looks so nice. I don't know why it took so long to connect and go through. This is low-key a sleeper board. Too bad you never see it. I mean, you can appreciate it though, because at least you can flip this over and appreciate it. That is super cool. That's nice looking. This board is such a sleeper. I don't think this board did as well as it should have during the group buy. So nice. What a good looking keyboard. What a great looking board. It is a whole bunch of different materials. You have, if you want to go over this again, brass, copper, polycarbonate. I don't think this is anything different. I believe this is, I think, don't quote me on it. I did not do research for this board. This is a client build. Again, I think this is just regular aluminum, and then you just have some different colors going on. Yeah, patining the circles would be really cool too. Did I chip my cable a little bit? No, I didn't, just dust. All right, let's see what this thing sounds like. So this is using those O-rings for its gaskets, essentially. We've seen this done on a few other boards in the past. Good looking keyboard. Can we see it with the lights out? Yeah, I'll show you guys after this. Let's see what this sounds like. We're using the, what switches are these again? The Harmony linears? WeQ Harmony linears. Oops, sorry guys, that was loud. I'm gonna unplug it while I do this typing test. It sounds really nice, actually. It's pretty loud. I think it's the switches that are really loud. But I kind of also enjoy this. This is really nice. That spacebar. So they're stock lube switches, Deepani. I did go through, and again, I was experimenting, testing some, but we could have probably toned down the upstroke a little bit had we opened it up and lubed them all. I'll be honest, I kind of don't mind this. It really depends. There's so many things you can do to tweak how your switches sound and stuff like that. But yeah, I kind of really enjoy these stock. That's the one negative thing I'll say about this, Kenny. No choice in spacebar. It seems like this PCB end plate only supported one thing, which was 6.25. So didn't really have a choice. You can feel the print, the UV printing or whatever this is on the keycaps. Yes. I really like this. Oh, that sounds great. This is aluminum. Yeah, this is definitely a sleeper board. Expensive, but definitely a sleeper. This is nice. Very, very nice. You just want to see it with the lights off. That's how it looks like. Oh lordy, can you do a quick favor and compare the neons on Alu? In the Fuji? I think that's a bit of an unfair comparison. Different keyboard, different mounting style. Oh, you mean in this board? I'd have to desolder it though. No, the print does not feel weird at all. I think it's a nice looking board though, man. I don't know if they're still in stock in places. I think you guys said there's what, 2 left on what's it called? Ash cubes. But yeah, I mean, dude, this is nice. I like this. I think Reagan might have some too. This is nice. Can you just deactivate the LED? Yeah, you can turn it off. Very, very nice. Like I said, these switches I think are a fun choice to use. Dude, I think cherry switches, or even if you were to get something like, hell, even if you wanted to use a long pole, because I think these are a long pole, right? These feel like long pole. Obscuras have a little bit more like bass to them. Even cream sodas, this would be insane with those. This is an expensive keyboard though, dude. Yeah, it's $600. But like I said, I think this was kind of a sleeper. I don't think many extras were made of this. Pretty nice. I love it though. This is great. I liked it when I built it back then. I like it now. All right. Let's prep some stabs in the next build we have to do, because we're still doing something else here. Hold on, I'm just gonna clean up a little bit here, guys, if you guys don't mind. I'm gonna get rid of some of these bags. Next build we're doing is a KBD fins. We're just gonna redo it, basically. They sent us 2 boards. I'm gonna be giving away the black one, probably during our little big giveaway thingy. But for now, I am just gonna build the lavender one, which is the one that I really like. I might keep the lavender one for myself, so everyone's transparent. They did send me these boards. Usually I give away all the boards they sent, but it's kind of rare that people send me 2, so I might keep one for myself. Specs say full travel. Oh, they feel like they're long pole almost. I really like that, man. That's a nice sounding keyboard. That is a very solid sounding keyboard. It's gonna be thrown away. Alrighty, that was fun. I really like this board. Hell, I might use this for the rest of the day before I have to ship it out. I have to ship out a few boards today, actually. Alright. Let's do some stabs. Nice. I think the keycaps go really well with it, too. That is a solid keycap set. So solid. You know what? I probably would have never taken a look at this set had someone not sent it in. This would have been something that I would just been like, eh. I'm going to be doing a big day of giveaways. I'll let you guys know, like in Discord. Discord's where I normally announce like everything. So if you guys are interested in like when I'm going to be doing all the big giveaways and stuff like that, I'll let you guys know. The only reason I'm not doing like them spread out is just because I need to get boxes and I have nothing, and I don't want to wait for you guys, or I don't want people to wait for boxes. Keycap set is giving Honda Civic S. What? Really? You think so? Happy Sunday, Alex. Hope you have a good one. Hey, Clackbait. How you doing, man? You guys do anything fun for your weekend, Clackbait? It kind of is. You think so? I love the scratch on the spacebar. Holy. I love that scratch on the spacebar. That is so nice. Oh, that's a good build. I'm very happy with that build. Also blown away by those switches. I think I really like them, and I think I'll pick up another set of these switches for a personal build. And perhaps I'll leave them stock, just like this one here. Maybe I'll go in and maybe try to change the upstroke a little bit now that I've had one time to use with them, but I don't know. Stock sounds pretty fun for me. Okay, let us get some lubricant again and start with these stabs. So the goal here, oh, this is an empty one. It's gonna get thrown away. The goal here now is we're gonna try different switches with a top mount config. I don't know how this will sound. I am not positive. I think the KBD8x that we built the other day was fine. Like, I liked it, but I need it to be tweaked. How would you change the upstroke? Okay. I don't have a non-lube switch with me here, but anyways, I don't know where anything is. Basically, on the stem of your switch, this is the stab, but ignore this. There is a little, on the slider rails, there's a little ledge on top of the slider rails. I explain it in like more macro detail on my lube video, but I would probably put some lubricant or just some extra lube if there's not already any there, which doesn't sound like there is, on that spot in particular, and that's it. And maybe lube the sliders a little bit more gracefully. That's probably how I would change the upstroke. Other than that, nothing. You could change top housing, but it's gonna be kind of difficult because those are those like butterfly latch ones or whatever they're called. I personally would just do that with lube. Have you heard of Gatoron 3? Have you heard of Gatoron 3.0? I have not. Kale housings? Yeah, which are kind of difficult to find better top housings for and all that. Alrighty. But yeah, what are you guys going to do for the rest of your day today? I know we started streaming way earlier. You guys got any fun plans? Any good things going on today that you guys are excited for? The black keyboard's so clean. Dude, I need to get this keycap set for myself. It's such a nice set. Again, if this wasn't sent to me to use with this build today, I probably would have never taken a look at this set. I wouldn't even look twice because I would have been like, oh, it's just white on black with sub-legends. But the sub-legends make the set. It's so nice. Editing video and homework. Let's go, dude. Home network work. That's a tongue twister. That's also kind of fun, but also kind of a pain in the ass to do. No plans today except for Modern Warfare 3 beta. Interesting. I may quickly run out to do some errands myself, but then I also have to record some videos. And then I have to do some voiceover work, but I might actually postpone the voiceover work because my voice is kind of shitty today. I feel like I'm not 100%. I feel like my voice is starting to come back a little bit right now, but I still feel like it's a little bit raspy. Architecture midterm for Tuesday. That sounds fun. Applying for jobs, writing motivation letters is mind-numbing. Oh, I know. I feel you. Good luck though in that search. Good luck, because that can be a toughie. Planning to maybe do some studying for CompTIA A+ stuff. Good luck. Have a nice cup of coffee or something, or a hot cup of tea, and just focus up. That's all. ChatGPT. Okay, listen. I know you're probably joking a little bit about that. But let me tell you guys, the ChatGPT stuff, you guys might think it's good. It is fantastic for writing like the basics of what you're trying to do. Please don't rely on it. It's not that good. It's very generic. Everything ChatGPT does, even with all the prompts, like I've tried to learn a lot about it. It's very generic stuff, and a lot of times it still can be very wrong. Try to read over it if you're going to use it as some sort of like basic template or something like that. I have a few acquaintances that have made some pretty big mistakes relying on it. Got too comfy with it. Yeah, we're doing a second build. We're going to be doing the KBD fans KBD8x really quickly as well. That shouldn't take us that long because it's not solderable. It's just hot swap. I was joking for that part, but as a developer, I use it every day. Yeah, like sometimes with the code stuff, it's fine, but even Photoshop AI, like I was trying to use it yesterday to remove some people from a background of a photo I took. I ended up just manually doing it because the AI just kept making really weird mistakes. Photoshop AI is dog shit. Yeah, and it's also not good quality either. Like you have to use a certain resolution, a very small resolution for it to be good quality. I don't know why everyone's freaking out about the AI stuff. It's great for some spots, like extending backgrounds that are very simple, sure. But it's not like a practical tool that I'm using every day. You kind of have to base your picture around taking an AI photo. It's like unrendered stuff from Blender and Maya. Yeah, kinda. It's going to clear out a lot of menial jobs. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I really don't. Having used it for a bunch of stuff, it's honestly not the best for a lot of things. If it's a I'm talking like if it's a super menial thing, like, and I hate saying menial because I don't even think this is menial, but like if it's just like some basic script writing and stuff like that, I really don't. I've been sick for a couple of days and been taking some day off to reset. Definitely need it. Hope your day's amazing. Love you, brother. Dude, Chaser, I am also starting to feel like I might be under the weather, so I feel you, bro. I hope you get better soon, dude. If not already. Because I feel you there, bro. AI was the reason about the writer's strike, and look how that ended up. They need writers. The big problem with a lot of jobs these days is the low pay. That's the big problem. We're in this weird spot right now where, like, I know so many people that have like 2 or 3 jobs. And it's sad because they get no free time for themselves just to make like ends meet in a lot of places. Now, some places it is not that bad, but like in cities, it's just, I still don't know how to, I don't get it. They want people to be full-time at a fast food restaurant, right? Like we like that. We want our fast food. Like we like going to, Wendy's, McDonald's, whatever you want to call it. But then we also, companies also pay those people like nothing. And then they're just supposed to go home and do what? They have to work another job. I was watching this TikTok account about a grocery store owner, or not an owner, a franchise owner or whatever, going through prices of things that's increased over the last like little bit. And over the last like year and a half, things have gone up like on average like 25% in a lot of grocery stores. AI was going to make lawyers obsolete in the next 3 years. We looked at her like, why are you here then, girly? Yeah, there's also that side of things where all these guys... Okay, you know what it reminds me a lot of? You guys remember when those... What were they called? Blockchain stuff came out? Vero, thank you so much for the Prime. Hi, how you doing, bro? Thank you so much, dude. And all those crypto things were coming out and everyone was going crazy how blockchain was going to change the world. Do you think it changed the world? Do you guys think so? And then all the tech guys, like, I'm going full into Web3. You really think crypto and all the other stuff changed the world, guys? I don't think AI can ever replace lawyers. There's so much nuance in law and shit. Yeah, I mean... Unless you have some model to determine things of like even facial expressions and like tonality of voice and like someone who does something. And I don't know, there's so many different things that can make a person a person. This year got, just this year, a firm got in trouble because they used AI to draft their pleading and the AI literally made a fake case to use as precedent. Yeah, I remember reading about that, Chudo. I actually heard about that. When Microsoft started using their AI, they laid off a ton of dev, unfortunately. Well, as you can tell, a lot of stuff from Microsoft still sucks. So perhaps AI is not the problem. Windows is kind of trash. Most of the window, I mean, like I still have to use my Windows computer to play certain games. The store is trash. I have the Game Pass from Microsoft, right? And it's the UI. Okay, I need to vent about this. The UI for the Game Pass, like the Microsoft Store, is actually shit. Like, you go and they don't have like a nice section for like things you own. It's not clear, and then you got to click a bunch of other things. And then I wanted to install Sea of Thieves because I want to play it. I click on the game, and there's two options for downloading it. It's like, download it because you own it, download it because of Battle Pass, or whatever it is, and then download it for something else. And then I was just like, what's the difference? And then I click it, and then it opens another screen that I have to click another button to say, yes, download this. And it's just like all these unnecessary steps. Oh, yeah. Maybe it didn't update. I told Chozo. Chozo was aware. Perhaps it didn't go through. It's Envoy with Obscuras and DualShot. And then on top of that, too, the Xbox party system on the computer is terrible. I don't know. They really need just to chill out, Microsoft, and just like make a good operating system. Like, I know some people don't have problems with it, but as like a working professional who had to deal with like, I think Manoli dealt with the exact same issue as me, which was when you go and have a lot of files in one area, no matter what your system specs are, it slowly, instead of just like loading, it like line by line loads. It was so weird. I never understood why it did that. All right. Let's grab some stuff here. So we're gonna do polycarbonate plate today. And then let's see, what else do we got in here? We got our PCB. So that's all I need for now. I actually don't know if they sent over 2 sets of gaskets, so I might actually have to disassemble the other board anyways. Ooh, I'm not sure, guys. Really? My Mac's totally fine with my external. Again, I use my Apple computer for everything, and I will say this. There's a few jarring things about Apple, like the way it manages and routes its audio is kind of trash. And there's a few other really terrible things that like Apple does when it comes to certain applications. Like, I don't like some of it's the way it kind of like deals with how you install things. Like, it's kind of annoying, and then, you know, but they're nowhere near as like jarring and annoying as some of the stuff that I had to deal with when I was using Windows. Okay, we should be fine with this, even though this is a 1.2 mil PCB. Should be okay with it. We'll take a look. Because I am out of, this is a set of stabs that I had to quickly order, like one single stab from Amazon. So this was like a $20 set of stabs just for this build, so I can showcase this to you guys. And they didn't have any 1.2s in stock that would come, well, that would come in time. So this is the best I could do for you guys. The Cycle 7's 1.6. I think. Thank you, we appreciate you. Yeah, this wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for one day Amazon. Like, truly, it wouldn't have been. Screwdriver. Actually, let's just use my screwdriver. I don't completely understand Apple, but my Mac is so much easier to understand and nicer looking than Windows. Well, I mean, that's also a big factor of it too, right? Like, I personally think this is a big factor. If you're happy and you're visually happy with the way everything looks and it just makes sense to you, like the UI makes sense, you're gonna have a better experience. Like, rather than having a more powerful system, right? Like, a lot of people, I think the typical person will have a better experience. Do you have any tips on how to grow on social media like you? All right, gonna keep it a buck, more than a buck. I'm gonna be super honest with you. It is currently probably the worst time to grow on social media. You can still do it, but everything's very slow right now because of the economy and just a bunch of obvious world events that are happening right now. But if you want my take on what I think makes good growth, is fortunately, unfortunately, however you want to look at it, you're going to have to start worrying about short form content. I personally don't care as much for it as I used to. It was fun to do for a little bit, and then I got bored of it. Short form content with a mix of nice photos. The next thing you're going to have to worry about, all right? Posting schedules. You're going to have to make certain that you post regularly. If you do not, people will stop watching you and stop looking at you. All right, now comes, those are the obvious ones, right? Timing of stuff does matter to some degree, but I don't think it really matters all that much. So the next big thing, and this is something that a lot of people ignore, or they start and then they stop. Stabbing? What the? Okay, the next thing. You have to be active in the community that you're trying to be in. There are a lot of creators who just want to create stuff to make money, and which is nothing wrong with, by the way. That's part of my next subject. But they just won't be active. Like, if people want to be active, like if people are into pens, for example, so they want to be a pen content creator because maybe it makes them a few dollars, but then they just don't participate in any community. They're just like there. They just want to be the guy taking photos. You develop no personal relationships with anybody. Therefore, people probably won't care for your content. They might think it's pretty, but they don't know who you are, right? So you have to be personable in the area you're trying to grow in. Now the next one's really important too. And that is being honest with your audience. All right? If you're not honest with your audience, even if you can trick them for the first little bit, they will eventually find out all of your bullshit, and you eventually will just be canceled. That is very important too. Do not treat your audience like idiots. I have seen many a creator treat their audience like idiots. And that's not good. So be honest, and just be you, okay? Because the last thing I'm gonna tell you is just be you, because I can tell you this. If you try to copy someone else's style, if you try to, be someone that you're not, it's boring. You're not gonna be the best at it, right? People find people who are more genuine and follow them instead. It's a very common thing that's gonna happen. But that's really it. Like, you have, and then if you want like strategies, you have to be a bit different, right? And that comes with just being yourself. If you're, for example, if someone's just a carbon copy of me, it might work out. It might be funny for the first little bit, but I mean, I already exist and make content. Like, there's no point unless you really want to watch two of me, But you have to be you. That'll make your content more fun. It's because I get to watch you, right? Anyways, that's all I can really tell you. There's a lot of nuances into content creation, but I think it's a slow time to get into it right now, truly. All right. Let's build this board. We have some TTC switches we're going to be using for this. pee-pee hair on a keyboard? Huh? What? What's going on? Pee-pee hair? On the spacebar? It's just a hair. Actually, that was a pure white hair. So it either was from me, because I have a bit of white hairs, or it's just a piece of fluff. Actually, you know what's been shedding a lot? This has been shedding like crazy. It's also one of the reasons why I don't necessarily love this desk pad, although it is pretty. I would have bought it. Why did you lose it? I'm sorry, Avo. That's my bad, bro. It turned out pretty good fit. I'll type on it again here in a... Actually, I can just kind of... I don't exactly know what this is. This desk pad. Also, you know what's wild, guys? A lot of stores have already started their Christmas market stuff. Like, has it always been this early for Christmas in certain stores? I feel like it's too early for Christmas. I feel like Christmas starts, like Christmas shopping, like Christmas decoration stuff is like early November, mid-November. I never remember mid-October. It just feels like too early. Like way too early. Capitalism gotta stop, I'm exhausted. Yeah, I am too. They start earlier every year. Yeah, we got American Thanksgiving, which I think is coming up. So you got the fall stuff, and then you got Halloween, which hasn't even finished yet. At our warehouse, we just send Christmas stuff away for the year, then then get it back at Christmas time. Makes sense though. I started to see the first Christmas stuff at August. Okay, August is fucking pushing it, dude. August is pushing it. I would not like to see August. This is called a plate fork. It helps support the polycarbonate plate from slipping and just bending and just being a nuisance. These are the ultimate in tools. I swear to goodness they are. They are so handy to have. Why is the plate fork outside? It's not. It just looks like it's outside because see-through plate. It's on the inside. Promise you guys it's on the inside. How are you sliding that plate fork? So if you have foam, it's obviously not going to work, but you just slide it in and out. So it sits in between everything. Better look for you guys. Sits in between everything. That way there you can push in keycaps, or push in switches rather, without having to worry about the plate necessarily slipping down. Like that one there was more difficult to put in, and without the plate fork, that would have been a giant hassle. Yeah, it's an optical illusion, I think. Yeah, they are truly a lifesaver. I think there would be a few builds that I would be losing my cool on if I did not have this. I plan on doing no foam in my next build, so I printed one recently. Yeah, you can 3D print them. You can buy them if you guys don't have a 3D printer. They're rather inexpensive. There are some more expensive premium ones. Like I've seen some people actually get some injection molded, or I saw one guy making an aluminum one, which I wouldn't use an aluminum one personally, but they're not expensive. I bought this one here for like $4 or something like that, and I think that was on the more pricier side. Bathurst and Finch has a large Filipino population, and they already started hanging decorations the moment it turns September. Is it common for like Filipinos to celebrate Christmas super early? Like that seems excessively early to me for anyone celebrating Christmas. The lateral view is all every lens is basically the same. All the lenses except for the face cam. It is 18 to 55 kit lens for Fuji. Nothing special. I would love to upgrade eventually, but it is way out of my budget to upgrade all of the kit lenses. I think it would be something like, for the ones that I was looking at, something like almost $3,000 or $4,000. 18 to 55 for the kit, these guys here. And then I leave it on like 24 mil for the top down, and then this one here I leave on 55, the one from the side. This is a set on 55 here. They start the countdown once it turns September. Man. You know what though? More power to anyone who wants to start the countdown for Christmas early. I just think that it's just like too much for businesses to do it. Shufei, how you doing? I saw you were building a what were you building today? You're building something. But how you doing? How's your stream? For anyone who's just stopping by for the first time, maybe, my name's Alex. I build keyboards practically all the time. I don't play video games. I'm not that good at them, so I don't bother playing them. But yeah, I build keyboards pretty much full time here on Twitch. So if you guys are interested in seeing some cool creations, we actually just built this guy here today, which I thought was amazing looking. Sounds great too. And then we're just gonna finish up this build here. So we're getting through this build rather quickly. Oh yeah, the AL6 by Alchemy, that's right. Was it a commission or was that your personal board? Kind of sad these switches never made it to sale here in North America. I believe these switches were only for the Asia market. I don't recall why. I think it's just because they sold out so quick and they were supposed to be a limited run. But they're just, I mean, they're just TTC switches at the end of the day. So you could just find something similar. I think those, God, I don't remember what they're called. But I think KBD fans literally sell something very, very similar. Oh, the Battle Worn colorway is nice, yeah. I fell in love with it after your build, so I got one. Really? Wait, what color did you end up getting? I didn't see the color. I think you were still doing switches and PCB stuff when I tuned in. TTC, hey, that's the one that you doing. Yeah. I shot a wedding on a 50mm lens, and since then I haven't swapped. 50mm is your best friend. My go-to lens right now for like street stuff is, I've been really falling in love with 28, although sometimes 28 here in Toronto can seem a little bit too big, but 35 is pretty much my go-to. I don't use 50 much for anything these days. Just for some keyboard photography. So yeah, 50 is not something I use very often. I should though. I should kind of break out of my shell a little bit and take a 50mm lens. I found a whole 3 lenses for a micro. Yeah, there's not a whole lot, right, Rodoc? That's a system that doesn't get too much love. My favorite lens though, that I use probably the most for anything. Here, I'll show you guys. This lens has seen the most use out of anything. Actually, I'll show you 2. Okay, first it's this lens. This is an 80mm Fuji lens. So this guy right over here. This is my primary for taking photos of keyboards and stuff. It is a fantastic workhorse. I love this thing. It is amazing. It's in macro, so you can do a whole bunch of different things with it. Super sharp, good colors that come out of it. Perfect for products. This is the other lens that I use for a little bit being a little bit more artistic with photos. So it's a very artsy fartsy kind of lens too. This is a Voigtlander 75 1.5. So this has been really fun to use too. I really like this guy. I have an adapter that I put this on the Fuji sometimes, but this is mainly for the Leica camera. That's pretty much all I use, and then if I really feel like being artsy, I use this lens. This is a 50mm 1.2. But again, this is like rare scenarios where I really want depth of field. It's not the sharpest at 1.2, obviously, but it is a very like vintage effect. And again, that's a Voigtlander lens. I really like Voigtlander lenses. I had too much trouble with my 50mm because of the monitor standing, so... Oh yeah, I would not use 50mm for top-down at all. That's just way too close. Actually, I'm gonna be right back, guys. I'm gonna get some water because my throat's killing me right now, and I'm also gonna use the restroom, so give me one moment, okay? All right, I'm back. Canon RP for beginners? Which lens? Wait, Egun. Which lens? The macro lens, I believe, was about 800 I got it for. It was on sale. And then the Voigtlander, I think that was about also 800, something like that. They're not very priced, like they're out of all the lenses ever. And that 50mm, I think that was the most expensive out of the three. I think that was about 1,000 for that one there. But there are some lenses that can get pretty pricey. Must be looking at something different. Perhaps. Like the actual Leica glass is really expensive. Watching the Minecraft live stream and the chat is filled with stop the mob. Is there a Minecraft live stream right now? Oh, dude. So we got an Oculus, or I guess they're not called Oculuses anymore. It's called the Quest. We got a Quest. My first time ever using a VR system, by the way. Like I've used one at a friend's house, but we recently had the opportunity to try one at a friend's house, and we kind of like, okay, maybe we can get one because they're not crazy. I thought the Quest systems were like crazy expensive, but they're not super expensive. But we got one just for like our little gift for ourselves. I went into one of the games. I think it was called Rec Room. There's so many little kids just being so annoying. Like just saying some obscene shit, bro. I don't mean to sound ignorant, but like, do parents not care about what's going on? Like, they were saying some weird shit, bro. And you can tell, like, they obviously sound like little kids, and I don't even know if they're supposed to be on it, man. You'd be surprised at how many of those kids are not as young as you think. I don't know. I'm just gonna make the assumption because they did sound like they were 12 years old. Some weird energy they had, though. Gen Alpha is scary. Yeah. Like one kid was just walking around, everyone saying, your mom, your mom, your mom, your mom, your mom, and then just saying some racist shit. I'm just like, bro, what the hell? Generation is one of the parenting these kids. We're all horrible at taking care of anything. Hey, that's true. But I still live by the philosophy. If I ever have kids, listen, guys, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna have them grow up the way I did. They are gonna get a Razr phone when they enter high school, and then at the end of high school, they can have an iPhone. They won't have any devices until they're done high school. they're going to get something that can text and just call in case of emergencies. I'm not like, I don't see the need to have one. I didn't have one. I grew up fine. Like, have a computer at home to do your studying and research and stuff. But like, dude, I feel like shit whenever I go like an hour watching, Razer Motorola. Whenever I go an hour watching any TikToks and stuff like that, I just feel like my brain is fried after that. I just don't want them to go through that. Like, it's just not even, it doesn't even sound healthy at that point. And like, you hear about all the attention stuff that they have, like the issues with attention that kids have too these days. And it's just like, do you really want them to grow up like that? Like, is that something you need them to do? All right, so I guess I don't need gaskets. I'm doing top mount, right? So I don't think they sent enough gaskets for everything today, unfortunately. So let's open this thing up. This is the cool purple one with or the pink one with that cool finish on the bottom here. Although it didn't take well to some of my fingerprints. Yeah, Sin, I also think that, because I've gotten messages, and I think I've talked to you guys about this once or twice. I've gotten messages from people saying they don't like when I take 2 hours to build keyboards, that I talk too much in between things and to just build the keyboard because they need to see the result. So it's crazy because like I personally think half the fun is me building and talking, and we get to have like all these crazy conversations. Like hearing me do this at the end going, wow, this is good. That seems like trivial and almost kind of boring, you know? So I don't know. I just like the talking aspect and vibing and just like hanging out. It's too long for them, I guess. All right, let's get a screwdriver and unscrew these things. The funny thing is, podcast is more popular than ever, and it's an hour of just people talking to each other. You know what's crazy? I can't do podcasts. I think podcasts sometimes, like, I get lost in what they're talking about, especially if it's not a great podcast. And I don't know. Sometimes what they talk about it gets a little bit weird to me. Sal, thank you so much for the tier 1. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I am more of a movie guy. If I have to spend an hour or 2 hours doing something, I like watching movies. I like being entertained that way. I never really got into the podcast craze, though. I still want to watch Oppenheimer. I haven't seen that yet. The only podcast I can listen to is Bill Burr. Stuff these days is tailored, just shorter attention spans. You know, that's one of the reasons, Trudeau, why I kind of also stopped doing short form content. Like that whole 10-second clip. Like whenever I was doing short form content, it would blow up and people would be like, oh my God, it was just 15 seconds of me swapping keyboards and people would go nuts over it. But I always felt very gross doing it. So I eventually just told myself I wasn't going to do it anymore. So I feel like I'm adding nothing of value to anyone's day. No, I don't think you're in the minority for that. I still like written content. I'm a big written content guy. I much prefer reading something at my own pace than videos, actually. Much prefer it. This is the wrong bit for this. Yeah, let me just get the other screwdriver, I guess. Put some stuff to the side. Shorts and reels are disgusting. Thank God for filter bubble. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I think I have a little bit of an issue. I consume too much of that content, and I don't mean to, but sometimes I'm just bored waiting for things, and I just turn it on. But I need to make a better effort on not consuming that stuff because I feel like it really damages my overall day in a lot of ways. I definitely appreciate someone writing up keyboard reviews than just giving 10 seconds. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of, again, it's why I stopped doing 10-second shorts of things. even when companies want me to these days, guys, like, okay, let me just make it clear. I'm just talking out of transparency. I'm not talking to try to be some hero to anyone here. But there has been companies who have offered crazy amounts of money. Like, sometimes there was one that actually was like willing to pay $2,000 or $3,000, but they wanted 2 or 3 shorts done and posted on my platform. But they had to be no longer than 15 seconds showcasing their product. Those to me are short TV ads rather than me showcasing anything. They're just, buy this. That's all the message I'm sending. Like, I just don't want to do that. It's not who I am. I don't like doing that kind of content. I did it for myself for a little bit, and I realized it's not for me. So I'm just not going to do it. Okay, I need screws, but I don't think I have enough screws. We shall see. I might have to just steal screws from something else. So I don't think I have enough to screw in this daughter board. We'll see. We shall see. Do I have any like random screws lying around? I highly doubt it. All right, well, screwed in. If I watch a review, I want it to be reviewed in full. Yeah, there's a lot of companies though like that though, like tons. Actually, can I use this screw? Should be able to. That's good enough. We don't need any more screws. That's an ad. Yep, it's an ad. The only thing I actually enjoy doing when it's, I like doing minute-long ones. I actually really enjoy doing like minute-long build. You know what? Like what I did with the Monike K, and then also I've done it for a few other boards too. I like doing those because I can be creative, and I'm not selling anything in that case. I'm just no voice talking, or not talking, just ASMR building something over the course of a minute. I think that's kind of fun. But to do 15 seconds of like, check out this product, buy this right now. I've done things like that. And no longer. I refuse to do them. They're not my type of thing at all. I think I did one of those for Monike, but that was just because I wanted to. I really want a clickbait title with obvious paid link in bio, by the way. Yeah, I know. How is the first build of the KBD8x? There was some issues with it. We did have to force break it. However, here, I didn't tell you guys this. KBD fans, I didn't have to message them, by the way. KBD fans messaged me. I went to bed right after the KBD fans build. They're so on top of it, bro. This is why I actually think KBD fans is pretty good. They said, "Here, hey Alex, watched your review." They sent me some new renders of them creating a force break, a pre-installed force break mod that would go on the board for anyone who wants to do gasket mount. And they're like, will this help solve it and stuff? Hey, they're on top of it, man. It wasn't like they were battling with me saying, "Oh, for next time we'll do it." And you know who else has been like that? Ordinary Labs. Ordinary Labs, every time I give them criticism on something, they're on top of it, dude. They're like, "Okay, we're fixing this right now." I've personally never had any bad things with their support, but I feel like that's also because I don't really use their support as often. I've also heard, some people have bad stories. I can't really comment too much there because I've never used it, but I will take your guys' word on it. I might agree. Their support might not be the best at times. I wonder, though, if it's like a language barrier in some cases, too. I saw you mention that you use Krytox for stab wire bend in your stab lube tutorial, but I was wondering if you use dielectric grease instead. No, I do not use dielectric grease for that part. It's a little too thick for that, and I quite frankly don't like using it for that. Oh, hold on a second. First of all, those are the wrong screws. Second of all, do I put these on? I think I do, right? Hold on, let me quickly, I dropped my tweezers earlier. Okay. Checked out the new zoo they just opened in town. They didn't really have much, no lions, no giraffes, just a single dog. Wait, what? Really? It's kind of lame. Alright, now I gotta figure out the best way to put these things on, because I have no idea. That doesn't make no sense. Should I bother with this? These are optional, but these seem really complex to put on. Maybe I will put them on the plate. Maybe that makes more sense. Where's the plate? Right here. Although, I don't know because the plate's textured. Oh, I'll put this on the wrong side. I'll just put them on the plate. That's a good call. The plate does have a bit of a texture to it though, however. So I worry that this won't stay as well on that. Also, I'm not going to bother with these two because I am not going to screw those in. But I probably will just stick the... actually, no, I probably will stick the O-rings on it just in case though. Good call on the plate, though. I wouldn't have thought of that. Hope you're having a wonderful time. Pavel, I'm doing pretty good today, man. I think I'm a little bit, slight bit under the weather-ish, but I'm doing pretty good otherwise. How are you doing? Any advice on what films to use for Cherry HG switches? Desky. Desky is the only films I recommend for anything, honestly. They're just the perfect films. Some people don't mind their TX films and all those other films there, but I like Desky films personally. Okay, I'm only going to do the one side here. Or actually, should I do both sides? How does this work? Why are there two different ones like this? These are bigger. I'm just not going to use these. Fuck these. We'll do one side. I don't love these little O-ring things. I would have preferred just regular O-rings, I think. Would have much preferred that. Alright, let's screw this into the top. Can you restart the stream where I left off? Yes, give me one moment. Most complex build that I've ever done? There's been a few, but I think the worst offender is probably the Tet. Or the Tenant. The Tenant was annoying. The Equinix 1+1 was overly complex for what it was. I still think the key cults are a bit annoying to build. Any of those boards with like hidden screws with 3 different layers, irritating. But probably the Tenant was the most irritating out of any build that I've ever done. Could care less about doing that board again. How about you guys? Most complex build ever. What would you guys say? What's up there? How you doing, dude? In the Philippines, we just had a big key meet, and the raffle prize was a PC Kohaku. Legendary. Why'd you put that face at the end? Not a good prize? I think it's a good prize. I just built the Nazare, yeah. We built it a little earlier. It's sitting right over here. It looks beautiful. Stacked acrylic. Oh, they're kind of annoying. That's a good choice. Stacked acrylic's definitely kind of irritating. I agree there, wholeheartedly. And then 65 separate pieces. Oh boy. You say that, but I probably will get kind of irritated. I don't know when I'm going to be building that. Hopefully soon. I will probably be building that soon-ish. Let's put those there for now. Alright, I'm not going to put any foam in this because we're just going to do what we did last time, which is just test things without the foam first. I feel like that helps measure a keyboard by its worth here. The coating's nice in this. I did scuff a little bit of the board myself though, like literally earlier in the stream when I kicked it off of its case with my foot. Space 65 was a bit fiddly. I can see that. I get that. Sorry, which switches are those? These are TTC switches, equivalent to TTC Hay switches though. They're not the colorway of the Hay switches, but they are equivalent to it. I'm back, just transported a new laptop with public transport. Was that nerve-wracking to do? Sometimes when I have to carry something expensive in its brand new box, I find it's nerve-wracking. The Mammoth in-stock drop is a little annoying with alignment issues. Oh, I remember hearing about that. So this is the machined raw weight, yeah. It's pretty cool looking, actually. I like it. Long pull brother of TTC Hay? Oh, it's like the TTC hex switches. Okay. My mistake for the confusion there. I actually don't have much information about these particular ones. These were given to me, and like I said, that's a spare set of switches that I have that I don't really use often because I don't know too much about them. All right. Let's see. I still think we're probably going to need to force break this, by the way, guys. I don't think this is going to be any exception to the board itself. I think we're most likely still going to need to force break this guy. But let's grab some keycaps and we will try this board out. Ugh. Now, what set of keycaps do I want? I'm just going to use these today. We're just going to put these on. I'm just picking the first thing I have. I think this might be already a little bit better though. And that's a good thing. Still has that resonance though that goes away when we force break it. So perhaps the force breaking is necessary for both. I don't think I have another set of feet. I was looking through both of the cases. They're both right beside me, and I only have enough internals for one, like the gaskets and stuff, and I didn't see another set of feet. So I might not be able to test this with feet. I'll double check. Maybe it's hiding somewhere inside the box. Oops. But let's put everything on before we judge this board. I have a feeling though, guys, just so everyone's aware, that we're probably going to need to force break this, which I'm not going to do on today's stream. This is just to showcase the top mount without anything else in it. But I may have to go find some foam for the inside of this too. But we'll see. Who knows what this will sound like. I personally like the Salvation. There are people in this hobby who seem to really hate the Salvation, and that's fine. But I think it is a bit more of a decisive keyboard when it comes to sound. You really, if I'm gonna be honest, I think the Salvation is a high skill cap for how you install things. Not even skill cap, but it needs some extra attention to detail as you install its parts. I kind of demoed that when I built my last Salvation. So you kind of got to see that I even made some errors in how to install it, but then I went to go in and correct it, and it changes the keyboard significantly. Oh, these are the wrong way. Actually, maybe we do need just to wait, put the keycaps on. Maybe this does sound immediately better. Who knows? We'll see. Let's not judge it yet. Let's wait to judge it. Yeah, Salvation's really good. Again, I think it's also caught up in one of those like weird misinformation type things, if I'm being honest. I've always felt the Salvation's good For whatever reason, there are some people who just really hate the Salvation and will say a whole bunch of bad things about it as well. But I do agree that it does take some extra love and care to make sure it sounds up to snuff, because you can fuck it up rather easily. All right. VOD. My Salvation was baller. Sold it forward. Sold it forward since I got a derivative coming. Oh yeah, derivative's an insane build too. You'll love that one there. It is truly a great board. This is 9009, correct. Nice little set. Do you have, Alex, have you built the Moment? I have built a Moment, but I do not own a Moment. Even though I would really like to own Moments. It's a nice board. Genuinely. 4. God, I hope I have all the keycaps for this. Why do I feel like I'm missing some? I'm not. I'm just going crazy, I think. Oh, this is for a different set. Why is this in here? Page down. I was thinking of eating Salvation, but I got way too many 60s. Oh yeah. If you already have a lot of one thing, perhaps it's best to space it all out. I agree. It's never fun to have just so many things lying on a shelf, you know? I get that. Oh. Why'd I put a Bard J on this? Peace out, Bard. Bard is poopy. Sorry for all the Bard lovers in chat. What switches are those on the... Wait, sorry, this one here or this one here or this one here? If we're talking about this build here is... Oh, that is not what I need for this. Actually, just take it there. TTC switches. I guess they're similar to the hex switches, someone was saying. I don't recall what these were exactly. These were given to me, these switches, but they were supposed to come to the Western market, but never did. They were kind of abandoned. Can you guess my favorite part of the QWERTY layout? The you and I together? Is that what you're gonna say, Evo? Because that's my favorite part. That's my favorite thing, bro. That's a very old joke, my friend. Oh, this sounds miles better, guys. This sounds miles better already. Oh yeah, this is so much better already. So it seems like the gasket mount maybe is just putting too much, there's probably a lot of pressure happening with those harder silicone gaskets in the gasket mount version. Which is just causing the board to completely transfer all of its resonance in from the bottom and the top into the plate. Maybe it's also a combination of us using the aluminum plate on that one there too. But type and feel is very soft. As you guys can see, there is some movement happening here. I didn't screw in the two underneath the spacebar. It is soft for a top mount, but it does still have some of its rigidity from being a top mount, right? But because it's polycarbonate and also a thinner PCB, we do get some movement happening here in terms of bounce. But I think this is way better than the aluminum gasket mounted one that we tried. I'm going to be honest, I didn't quite love the other KBD fans one that we built. It was good, but not with the amount of stuff that we had to do to get it to where it was. This out of the box, I think, is a very enjoyable sound. It does retain some of its resonance a little bit, I can hear, but it's like good. This also has a little bit more life to it too. Yeah, I think this is kind of just a wake-up call for the KBD fans Mark III, or just a lot of the KBD fans boards, to not use those silicone gaskets. I think they do need to change that up into something else. It feels like on most of the aluminum boards they've been making with those particular gaskets, as fun as they are to install and just easy, I do think they need to just tweak them a little bit because they don't work in every scenario. And I think that's the problem with them, is they work sometimes, but not all the time. However, they are still, like I said, very easy to install. It's a very nice build process. Perhaps just needs to be tweaked a little bit. Yeah, they worked in the Tiger Light, and I think they've worked in 1 or 2 other boards, but there's been a few boards where I've thought they were less than stellar. But yeah, this sounds great. No third build. This was a fast build. I already knew this was going to be fast. Yeah. Top mount always, 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 always sounds good. So it's very rare that I get a top mount build that I don't like. Very rare. But yeah, okay, that makes me a little bit more confident to recommend this board. I just think that, like most of these dual mounting boards that have been coming out, there usually is one mount that's better than the other, and it's usually significant. It seems to be the case in this guy here. It seems to be the top mount is, I mean, again, it's all preference based, but at least to me, does seem like the more, I guess, well thought out and better sounding and feeling board without some sort of hindrance to it. So the top mount works a lot for this, maybe not the gasket mount. And again, it's been a common trend with these dual mount boards. However, I appreciate the dual mount boards, and I don't want that to stop. We could try to trim them down. I don't think I have the capabilities of cutting them perfectly, but maybe them being a bit smaller, or maybe them being a foam rather than a silicone could also help too. Something softer that absorbs more of that resonance. Realized it was just depressing. Wait, what? I get sad testing all my boards, realized it was just depressing? What do you mean depressing? Oh, it's a joke. Oh my God, Custom. That went right over my head, bro. I was like, what do you mean you're sad about that? Well, what's going on? See, my first thought was to make you feel better, Custom. That was my first thought, okay? I just put an order in for the Haven TKL. It's a nice little board, too. We'll be giving one away soon. Yeah, actually, I can see myself using this. This is nice. I like the bottom of this board a lot. That's the other nice thing about this board too. It does have some really nice colors, really nice styling overall. I like this. This is really, really nice. Okay, I do like the top mount way more. This board is now, in my opinion, it's $200 for the base model. $209, I think. This is worth the $209. And it comes, I believe it comes with this. At least that's what it looks like in the photos and stuff too, so pretty good for $209 if you end up liking top mounts and stuff. Yeah. Although I like this Nazare a lot. I want to type on this the rest of the day. Alright guys, that's pretty much the stream. I don't know if you heard my back crack there, but I'm going to go for a little bit. I'm going to get some lunch. I'm going to run some errands, and then I have to do a whole bunch of work-related stuff, and I also need to clear my desk off. It's just filled with keycaps and switches right now. I will talk to you guys later. As always, I appreciate everything that you guys do. Thanks for tuning in to stream and just having a good time with me here. Let's see who we can go raid. It was fun hanging out. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you, Trudeau. It was fun hanging out. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Let's go see. I don't even know who's live. I don't think anyone's on right now, considering the time. Is anyone doing keyboards at all? I don't think so. I don't think there's a single soul doing keyboards. That's crazy to me. Yeah, nobody? let's just go raid Apries. Let's go raid the boy Apries. He's a friend of mine. He built. Oh, he just built. He has keyboards. He has a few customs that I built for him. But he plays Apex on a very, very, very high level. So enjoy Apries' stream. He's really chill. Very, very chill personality. You guys take care. I will see you guys tomorrow. We'll be building the QK75N, I believe it's called. Interesting. I have it here, and then we'll schedule some other fun stuff for the rest of the week. See you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Love you, and talk to you guys very, very soon. Bye, everybody.